Prime Minister Netanyahu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi get along very well. Is this a lead up from that partnership or friendship between the two countries which is taking us to control this war on COVID?
Well, there's a great chemistry between our two leaders, and of course, it projects all the way, all the collaboration, and it helps and facilitates and things. So their decisions are very fast and very speedy implemented.
India and Israel have a long standing partnership. Whenever the going gets tough, the tough get going. Two countries which have immense capability in innovation. From space to satellites to now collaboration in finding a cure for COVID-19. I have with me the ambassador of Israel to India, Dr. Ron Malka. India and Israel have been cooperating in the field of the corona pandemic. Dr. Malka, what has been the collaboration, especially for the coronavirus?
Well, the scientific collaboration and technological collaboration between Israel and India has been going on for a long time. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, our two prime ministers had conversations and they agreed to collaborate under this COVID-19, finding solutions for COVID-19. So just lately, a delegation of scientists from Israel visited India in the advanced stage of joint research on rapid tests for COVID-19. They took 20,000 samples within a few days, and these samples are now analyzed, and if one of the 4 technologies that were tested will be found valid, it will be a great news for India, Israel, and for the world. It will change and improve dramatically the way that we live.
What are these key 4 technologies?
Well, the first is vocal, that's voice. What we are trying basically to do is to find a, so to speak, fingerprint of COVID-19 with these technologies. So with voice, using artificial intelligence, we can identify the fingerprint, so to call, of COVID-19. The second one is high frequency, terahertz frequency. The third technology is isothermal test. And the fourth technology is polyamino acids, trying to locate a specific protein molecule that is identified with COVID-19.
Any particular reason you chose India as your partner for doing this very nice innovation?
It was very natural that Israel and India were, I'll tell you why, because Israel and India are 2 countries out of 5 that reached the moon. So you understand that our science and technology abilities are leading in the world. It's been a long time since our scientists and Indian scientists are collaborating. The head of our DRDD and PSA has been working together for a long time. So it was very natural and obvious for when we needed a partner to come to joint work with India. India's science and technological capabilities and production capabilities, manufacturing capabilities, together with Israeli scientists, Israel and India complete each other. So it was very natural for us to work together to joint research and hopefully to bring good news to the world.
Certainly. So you've had this 20,000 tests done over several hospitals in Delhi. You flew in a special team from Israel to India to do these things. What has been the key findings of those diagnostic tests?
Well, these samples are now analyzed. It takes time, so it needs collaboration for specifically, and I'm not scientist, but I know that this takes time because it's a big sample, so it should be analyzed. And hopefully, we only needed 1 technology, or maybe a combination of some of these 4 technologies will give us reliable results within few seconds, like we hope to, that this will be a game changer. So it's analyzed, it's a matter of weeks until we know if it's a go or no go. Hopefully it will be a go.
Both of us are standing at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, which is one of India's premier research institutions. And you have gifted some special equipment which is lying behind us, including this robot. Tell us a little bit about this equipment.
Well, what we brought here and what we would like to share with India, with AIIMS specifically, is our leading medical equipment that was developed especially for fighting COVID-19 and was found useful and efficient in Israel. So we located, I myself was accompanied by a specialist from our Ministry of Health, went to the leading hospital in Israel and asked what are the medical devices that was just developed and were found useful. We located them, collected them, and brought them here to India, especially to AIIMS, because the collaboration with AIIMS has been going on for many, many years. We know that AIIMS is a leading hospital, leading research medical institute, so to collaborate with AIIMS is something that we look very forward to. So it was very obvious for us to come to AIIMS and to share with the latest developments, technological developments that were now developed especially for fighting COVID-19 in Israel.
Prime Minister Netanyahu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi get along very well. Is this a lead up from that partnership or friendship between the two countries which is taking us to control this war on COVID?
Well, there's a great chemistry between our two leaders, and of course it projects all the way, all the collaboration, and it helps and facilitates and things. So their decisions are very fast and very speedy implemented. So of course, after the outbreak of this pandemic, they had some conversations and agreed to work together to collaborate. And of course, this brings a very momentum to this collaboration. So of course, the relations, the chemistry between our two prime ministers, something that helps so much to achieve those standards of relations that we are now standing in.
Thanks a lot for speaking to me, Ambassador Ron Malka. So that was Ambassador Ron Malka telling us how India and Israel have deep partnership. The partnership goes back 20 years. Exchange satellites. When needed, Israel has come forward and delivered on all kinds of war. And today, Israel is delivering and partnering in countering the war against COVID-19. At the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi, Pallava Bagla.